All right, yo, what up, homies and homettes, arch rivals, back at it. Week 3 in the books, week 4 coming up. Ronald, oh, no, let me not say the gov. Let me not put the government on the street. My man
This
Blaze,
dude,
Corey
man.
Boston, what's going on, Blaze? What's up with you, fam?
Yeah, Blaze, aka Double R. You
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
double R, no doubt. Hey, Cowboys, we already started before we got on air, so let's just bring it right to the people, right to the masses. Don't think that Cowboy loss was anything remotely close to the 37-3 ass cutting the Bills put on y'all. Two different kind of losses altogether. You don't know that, right?
I'm gonna tell you what you told me week 1. You lost to a team that's tanking. Those were your words. I never said Arizona.
Okay.
I never said Arizona was tanking. That came from you and the rest of the Cowboy fans during week 1 because y'all had to create a narrative that if we lost, it would be embarrassing. We beat them. Y'all lost to the Arizona. Actually, Arizona technically could be 3-0 right now, to be honest with you.
You're right.
Think about it. They had the lead against us. They had the lead against the Giants. And they let the Commanders and the Giants come back and beat that game, and they beat the Cowboys. Yeah. Now that's tough, man. They played 3 NFC East teams 3 straight weeks, man. Arizona can easily be 3-0 right now.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with you on that, and I think the thing that I didn't take into it's not making excuses. It was a terrible performance. The penalties, the Dallas Cowboys, the penalties, that shit's got to stop. That's Mike McCarthy's first year. That's how the team looked in his first year. The quarterback is scared to throw interceptions, so all the interception talk is in his head. So, and then they can't stop the run. So the problems in Dallas continue to be the problems in Dallas. No doubt about that. Now, with that being said, didn't take into consideration this. Jonathan Gannon was the Eagles' defensive coordinator. He knows the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Commanders.
That's very true. And hey, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something else about your defense. They fly around. They're very talented and fast. But I can see right now, man, a lot of offensive coordinators leading up. I'm telling you, misdirection will kill y'all every week.
All the time.
The Cowboys defense is just based on go eat, go hunt, go straight to the man with the ball, whether it's the quarterback or the running back. That's what they're a very undisciplined defense. Super talented, highly fast, they just undisciplined, man. Like there's no discipline with that. And I'm telling you, misdirection gonna eat y'all up every week, man, unless y'all counter that. I mean, the Cowboys their defense just needs to be more disciplined. That's all. It's still a good defense, but that defense can be had. Granted, Philly's defense looked good last night. I know it's against Baker Mayfield, but still, Philly's defense looked good. They were hitting.
Ooh. Yeah, but the Philadelphia's offense don't look as good as it did last year to me. Jalen Hurts.
Well, remember, that's true. I mean, offense always takes. It's also a new system. It's a new offensive coordinator. It's not the same exact offense that you're gonna see. They're going to run the ball a lot this year, and not just with Jalen Hurts. They're going to run the ball a lot with their running backs. Between Swift and Gainwell last night, I think together they had like 23 attempts, along with Jalen Hurts had like 7. So that's 30 attempts running the ball.
So they can run the ball effectively. When did Jalen Hurts become Herschel Walker, son? Like all of a sudden, not Jalen Hurts, I'm sorry, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift been a bust his whole career, son. He get to Philadelphia and now he's
he was in now. Yeah, but he was also in Detroit too, bro. He was in Detroit, man.
Detroit played good offense.
I mean, Detroit just started winning last year. True. So I mean, I'm just saying they just started winning last year.
When Swift came out of school, super duper talented. You never saw that talent in Detroit. Now I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, who is this guy? So maybe because he's from Philly, maybe the change of scenery, maybe that.
Of course.
It worked out for him. So shout out to him. I can't hate on him.
Absolutely. New environment, man. Because I'm gonna tell you what else is gonna happen. When we end up getting rid of Chase Young, he gonna be the same way. When he go to another team, he gonna shine. Watch what I tell you. I'm telling you, man.
He's starting to play better now.
Still running past the quarterback.
He runs past the quarterback. That is a problem. But here's the thing: he's in on plays now. Before he wasn't even in on plays. Well, first of all, he's playing. Let's just start there. You know what I'm saying? So
For
now
how
he's
long?
playing. Yeah. You think the next stand on the IR is coming? Hey, your man Mike Williams tore his ACL. You know Mike Williams right up the road here that played for the Chargers.
Man, bro,
It's
that's
unfortunate, but son,
wow,
it's like
man.
he's like a flag
Woo.
football, son.
Football's tough, man. It's a
Yeah.
tough sport, man. And that's why I always tell you every year, it's hard to predict. Unless it's Kansas City or New England in the past, it was hard to predict a Super Bowl winner, man. Because it's always something every year. Or, whether Green Bay, we always knew Green Bay would be in the thick of things. New England every year. Kansas City now, currently, we're going to always pick them, man, because that's just a well-oiled machine. And with them, it starts all the way at the top, from ownership to the GM, down to the coach, down to the quarterback, down to the players, man. And like I said, it's so hard. Look, bro, I picked the Jets to win the NFC East, but I also put the disclaimer out there.
If something
NFL's hard. I don't like making preseason picks in NFL. I know one preseason pick that's probably gonna come to fruition. I told you about Tyreek Hill, boy. I told you about Tyreek Hill. 2,000 yards. It's coming. It's coming. I told you.
Yeah, but we'll get to the Dolphins in a second. I want to put a bow on the Cowboys right quick, right? Just overall, son, I watched the team a long time, right? And I'm just sitting up there. And like after the first quarter, I was like, okay, Dak's going to have to win this one. So when I know that Dak's going to have to win the game, I'm waiting on the interception. This guy was patting the football, happy feet in the pocket. You can tell the interceptions have gotten mental with Dallas. Now, one thing I do want to say about the Cowboys this past weekend, now, you put me onto this years ago, and then I had spent some time in Phoenix with Cliff Floyd, former New York Met, Chicago Cub. He played for damn near all the teams.
Oh, Cliff. Mm-hmm.
And son, when the Cowboys, right, was playing that game against the Cardinals, the Cowboys looked like a team that missed curfew on Saturday night. They looked like they went out to Arizona, the plane landed, and they was like, you know what? Screw the Cardinals. We're going to beat them with no problem. Let's go hit the streets and have a good time. They look like a team that was partying Saturday night, if you ask me.
Another thing, too, man. I didn't realize the Cardinals beat y'all 7 out of the last 8 times they played each other.
You remember the Jake Plummer game in the playoffs?
I know, but I didn't realize they beat y'all 7 out of the last 8.
And that stadium is full of Dallas Cowboy fans. And
I know, that's crazy. I know, and that's probably what makes them. Yeah, that's probably what fuels the Arizona Cardinals players. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, bro, too many Cowboy fans. Say, let's go out here and create. But yeah, 7 out of the last 8. That's crazy. I didn't realize that till I saw it on Fox yesterday. But I mean, the same thing with Sam Howell. Holds the ball entirely too long. I know it's just a matter of time. He just holds the ball. He pats the ball before every single pass. I mean, I ain't talking about just pat. He pats it before he throws it. And that's why he got picked off so much last week. Because every time he pats it, they know he's going to throw the ball. Now, if I see it at home, and I'm just sitting on the couch, what you think the defense coordinators and the cornerbacks and the safety seat during film session on the week leading up to the game? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Listen, it's time to move on. You guys got the Patriots. We got a hard game in Philly. At Philly, they're going to be pissed off because we gave them their first loss last year on Monday Night Football. So, but at the end of the day, it's still a rivalry game. So, like I said, we'll see. I want to see how we're going to bounce back off of this. And just let me say this. Let me talk to you, Rick. Let me talk to you, Commanders fans. Listen, I get it. Daniel Snyder created this monster. But, jeez. I saw this morning, man. I think it was on the 106.7 The Fan website. Man, fans already hollering for Jacoby Brissett. That's a culture.
Go ahead.
That's a culture, but that's a culture that was created by Dan Snyder. Change the quarterback, change the quarterback, change the quarterback, change the quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Commanders, Skins, Redskins, whatever you want to call them, relax. Daniel Snyder is gone. We're not going to keep doing it. Change the coach. Every 2 years, change the coach. Every 3 games, change the quarterback. Just relax. Like, aren't y'all embarrassed that I think we've had like 27 starting quarterbacks to start for us since 1998? I mean, come on. Just give the young man a chance. I mean, he wasn't a first-round pick. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I think, what was he? What, how go? Third or fourth?
He in the third or fourth round.
Third or fourth round. So, like I said, give him a chance. I mean, hey, he's still young. We got a brand new offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. The offense, look, offensive line, either you're going to block or we need to get somebody else in there. That's just the bottom line. No, I'm just saying, man, like, because that's embarrassing, man. And don't think that, man, Philly is going to bring the heat.
All right, so you there, you got the pulse of the city, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching on TV, making fun of, texting my son, making fun of him because every time something happens, he send me left hand up. I don't want to hear that no more, right?
You know how that is. I mean, he's young, man.
I'm raising a Commander fan. I can't do it, Blaze, right? So I can't, son. How did this happen to me? You know what I mean? But anyway.
I mean, New Yorkers probably saying, how did it happen to them? You a diehard New Yorker. You like the Cowboys.
My father's a Cowboy fan.
I don't care, bro. No, bro.
I went with my father, Blaze. My son is going against me. That's the kind of relationship me and my son have, where if I pick a team, he's going to pick their rivals. You know what I'm saying?
Deep-rooted New York boy like the Cowboys, too. Wow.
Jerry Jones already said it's the second biggest home of Cowboy fans is New York City. Now, let me ask you: 37-3 Commanders. Now, this is me, right? So love the Commanders. Give me the 6.5. Give me the 5.5. Oh, the number's moving in my direction. Then Sunday morning, I heard the Commanders are the most bet team on the weekend. And at that moment, I was like, I'm on the side of the public. Hold on. I'm on a public underdog. That can't be good. And by the time the first quarter was over, I was trying to figure out a way to get out that bet.
Should have hedged your bet and bet on the Bills during a live bet. That's all you had to do. Should have hedged your bet. We took the Bills. Should have took the Bills. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of making live bets. Yeah, that's why they're there, to hedge your bets.
Yeah, to try to get out of a bad situation. Now, I didn't get a chance to see the game. I just saw the highlights, whatever the case may be. To me, now from the outsider looking in, I would continue to go with Howell. I'd give Howell a chance. Maybe the environment, big time home spot, 2-0. You know what I'm saying? At home, maybe it could have been too much for him. The weather was bad as well. But I would not look to replace Howell, especially I know what Brissett is. Brissett is a game manager. Howell may have a little bit more juice than Brissett.
Right. But Brissett ain't gonna make those costly mistakes like this kid. This kid forced a lot Sunday. He just looked bad Sunday. He was awful. He was bad. And like I said, his offensive line didn't help. But I mean, hey, if you want to keep talking about that game, that's fine. Look, we got bigger fish to fry this week. We got a tough game this week. We got a tough game.
I'm getting ready to give you your flowers, but you relax because that tough game is this. To be honest with you, styles make fights. And guess what? Y'all play the Eagles well. Y'all do.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I think 3-1 ATS in your last 4, 2-2 even on the money line, and you go in there and play well. I saw the number opened up at 7. Obviously, it ballooned up to 8.5. I love Commanders 8.5. Road underdogs hitting that 68% this year. Still early. I know Zeke gonna eat this week. Zeke. Eat. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott making a homecoming. Ezekiel Elliott is loved, is admired as a Dallas Cowboy. He's loved. And
you already know Belichick gonna let him play, bro. I'm telling you. You know how Belichick is, man. Yeah.
Let him play. Ezekiel Elliott running 4.7 now. What are you talking about? He's a 4.9. Ezekiel Elliott's a 4.9 guy.
Don't worry about it. I know. Don't worry about
it. He's a 4.9. He's a goal line back. He's the fridge. He's turned into William Perry now. Anybody tripping off Ezekiel Elliott? You better bring a running back. You want to go against that Dallas Cowboy defense, you need to bring a running back with some juice.
Here we go. Go against that Dallas Cowboy defense.
You're not going to bring no old man running a 4.9 up against the elite Dallas Cowboy defense in Dallas. No, Stevenson could get some work done. Zeke.
Okay, 85 Bears. Okay, 85 Bears.
I never said that.
Man, man, Gilly roasted y'all yesterday. Gilly roasted you Sunday. That was one of the funniest. That was one of the funniest posts ever.
Gilly need to worry about his team and not the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, hey, that video was classic. It was classic. It was absolutely classic. He was like, "We got the best. We got LT minus the cocaine." And Michael Paul said, "That's all y'all keep saying. We got LT. We got man. Sit down somewhere. You know why Dallas is so popular? Because it's so many of y'all. Y'all like roaches. There's so many of y'all, and y'all just talk louder than everybody else. But I mean, it's the same thing every year, though. Moving on, man. Moving on. I keep talking about the Cowboys, man.
We'll be all right. Don't worry about us. What do you think about Houston, son? The Texans.
Hey, quarterback. Who did I pick as my coach of the year? DeMeco Ryans.
Oh, you did. DeMeco Ryans. He's getting it
done. DeMeco Ryans
playing good. They talking about they got the right guy in Stroud. He's been the best rookie so far this year. CJ.
Yeah. Oh well.
Easily.
Yeah.
Well, Richardson is hurt, but Stroud is getting it done, yo.
Yeah. Good for DeMeco Ryans, man. Absolutely. I love DeMeco Ryans. Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, I was high on him this year. They still only win about 5-6 games, but that'll be more than what they won last year.
And you can see the organization start to go in the right direction. It's kind of like you feel like they've taken a step away from this Bill O'Brien, Deshaun Watson, that era. Mm-hmm. It's like that era is completely out of that building right now. So there's reasons to be optimistic, and clearly there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic with the Miami Dolphins. That offense is humming. It's Sean Payton. Don't you ever talk about another head coach again in your life when you lose by 50.
Sean Payton.
Plays. You talking about somebody else, and your opponent had 70 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter? That's wild.
How about this? Now everybody wants to talk about it was Brady, it wasn't Belichick. That's all I keep hearing. It was Brady, it wasn't Belichick. Well, okay, I don't agree with that, but guess what? Sean Payton ain't shit without Drew Brees.
It don't look like it, right?
Nothing without Drew Brees. But you know what? This is just me.
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought Sean Payton was overrated. Like, I never saw the over infatuation with Sean Payton. Yeah, he's a good coach, but I always thought he was I just thought he always received more credit than what he deserved, man. I just did. I'm sorry.
Bill Parcells' coaching tree, Super Bowl champion. But you had
he ain't been back since.
He had one of the fastest cars in the garage for like a decade and only went to one.
Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. The same thing you say about Sean Payton, you can say about Aaron Rodgers. Same thing. So,
you buying the Dolphins? See, this is my opinion on the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm buying the Dolphins. Yeah, absolutely.
What happens when they get some adversity? What happens when they're in Kansas City on January 19th and Kansas City has a 10-point lead? You see, that's when you see what the team is made of.
That's true.
I don't think the Dolphins built like that.
We'll see. And that's with Jalen Ramsey hurt.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Listen, props
I'm just
out
saying,
to them,
man.
No doubt. I feel you. I give them they props. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Impressive, 70, innovative offense. I give
Molly Wop.
This son 800 yards in offense. I'm waiting for son to blame Russell Wilson. He couldn't.
And they didn't kick one field goal.
That's wild.
I bet a $10 ticket. FanDuel had a special that every team makes at least one field goal.
That's
I put $10 on it. It was going to bring me back. It was going to bring me back $910.
That'd have been nice.
Miami and San Diego were the only two that didn't kick a field goal. They didn't even kick a field goal. How about that, bro?
That's wild. That's wild. They didn't even kick a field goal, son, and scored 70. And they just was going up and down. Then did Mostert and Devin Achane both have 4 touchdown runs? Something crazy like that? That's wild,
Yeah, Sean Payton, man.
He's wild, son. He better not ever open up his mouth and talk about another head coach again.
I know what Sean Payton better do. Let me say this real quick, Sean Payton. Right. You better start kissing the babies.
For real, son. He needs to kiss
You better start kissing the babies. You want to throw Russ out there, you need to start kissing the babies.
You 100%
something.
right on that. Yeah, you got to do something because that was a horrific performance.
Definitely.
Coaching, Coach Prime.
Mm.
Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes go out to Oregon and get their ass kicked.
Mm.
Now, step up in competition. You see what happened. But listen, there's nothing negative about Colorado. 6-7 win team, bowl destined, bowl bound. Dion gets some more of his guys in there. A very competitive Pac-12. I think people are starting to get carried away and thinking that Colorado could be a Pac-12 champion in the college football playoff team, number one. And then number two, I texted you this earlier. Blaze, it's okay to criticize Coach Prime or talk about him losing.
Sure, absolutely.
Blaze, people are acting like you can't. People, what's so funny about it too, right? I clicked on a video. It was some young ladies talking about sports, right? On a mainstream platform. And before the TCU game, Shorty said, "Well, I'm not here to defend Coach Prime. I don't like the way he left Jackson State." The next week, I'll send you the videos. She was on the video talking about how can you go against Coach Prime, and I was like, wow. these people flip flop.
Double-edged sword. Double-edged sword.
The couch chasing behind Coach Prime is unreal, son.
One thing he said that I agree with him wholeheartedly, 100%. These coaches and these teams, they're not trying to beat the players. They're trying to beat Dion.
100%. But he's created that environment.
Right. But I also take it a step further. He's created that environment too. But also too, let's just call it what it is. You think these white coaches ain't pissed? These white coaches that come to these schools right away, and kind of turn these programs around. You think they're not saying, well, shit, we didn't get this kind of pub, I turned this school around, so why, how come I'm not getting this kind of pub right now?
Because
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you ain't prime time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that too, and prime time.
A two sports star. Nobody talks about him, but prime time always sold himself.
And prime time, and prime time, he didn't have to pay his dues like Saban,
True.
Kirby Smart, and all these other dudes, bro.
You don't think the 2 years that Jackson State wasn't paying dues?
Yeah, but he wasn't like a coordinator or coach for a Power 5 team. You understand what I'm saying? So they looking at this like, shit, man. He, Kirby Smart, all these guys, Sarkisian, Saban, all these guys, Harbaugh, that's why Harbaugh wasn't really he didn't really have to pay. No, he came straight from the NFL and went straight to Michigan.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, even though he was he coached at Stanford first, right? Wasn't Harbaugh at Stanford?
He was at Stanford and the 49ers. He come from a football.
Yeah, 49ers, and then he came back. But absolutely. They are pissed because of that. Because he didn't have to kind of, be a coordinator.
Yeah.
Right, for 4 and 5, 6 years and all that. They don't like that. They don't like it. But they got boat raced.
You know who kind of was on, and let me before I get there, let me say this. I don't have a problem with what Dan Lanning said to motivate his team. Like Dion said, he's the only coach that can motivate their team. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely.
Even on the kid Bucky, Dion Jr. was like, yeah, we lost, and they're allowed to talk trash. Like, even he said they're allowed to talk trash.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, man. It's just, man, I think just us, man, as a race, man, and I hate to say, we're just so sensitive about everything, bro. Like, everything, we're just so sensitive. Oh, man, he a racist. What did he say that was racist?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an Oregon fan. I'm not even a Dan Lanning fan, but what did he say that was racist? God dang, man.
Like, he said, they do it for clicks. Son, here's the deal. This is how you tell that these people are all frauds, right? The 2 Celebration Bowl, the HBCU Bowl, right? When South Carolina State beat them, the South Carolina State player said, Dion team, do it for the gram. We did it on the field. When Central beat them last year, Central said, they do it for the gram. We do it on the field. It's the same thing Dan Lanning said.
Same thing, bro. It's the same thing, bro. You're right. You're right, bro. You're right. That's a good point. And I didn't even realize that.
But see, you know why? Do you know why they don't talk about that? Because when Dion was at Jackson State, they didn't care about him. That's why. You see
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
Now that
That's
they
a
can
great point.
clout chase on something popular, that's how they're going to go and do it right there. What else about Dion? No, it was something else about the Colorado I wanted to mention. But yeah,
Well,
they wasn't going to go undefeated. Put it like that. They wasn't going to be
who was the
undefeated
guy?
champions.
The guy, who was that guy that won all those World Cup titles? I'm sorry, just let me that went to Colorado. Did you see what he said about Dion? He said,
you know, it's interesting you mentioned that. Somebody brought up a point. You never see Colorado's president, the university president around. I'm hearing the university president may not be a big fan of
crazy.
Yeah, you never see the president. Like with all that's going on and stuff like that. And listen, that school is an elite school. That's not like that's an elite school. It's not an Ivy League school, but it's that's Colorado, Boulder. Like it's kids that go to that school that got trust funds. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
He's in an elite environment, but they playing elite ball, and he got them kids out there from the hood.
Jeremy Bloom. Buffs got to redo Dion's deal. Give him $166 million. Deion Sanders deserves more money than Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, and every other coach in college football at least. That's what Jeremy Bloom is saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far. Oh, you got to win something first. Now he does bring a lot of money to the program, but let's get a little bit of merit behind it. Listen, he's doing a good job, son. Bo Nick's been playing college football since 2019. Like, you know, and so all those Oregon players chased Dion down after the game to be like, yo, this was great, such and such, this, that, and the third. So nothing but love, nothing but respect. And obviously you got the big one this week, big noon kickoff with USC versus Colorado.
And USC looked like hot trash against Arizona State.
They did.
God, they just looked, wow. They kind of struggled a little bit with Arizona State.
Arizona State a little bit tougher than people think. Blaze, have you seen the quarterback from Washington State? Cameron Ward?
No.
Cameron Ward? Son is the real deal. You got to check him out. He's the real deal.
Is he better than Terrence Penix? Penix was throwing.
Michael Penix.
Penix, I'm sorry. Michael Penix. Well, he was throwing darts.
Son, they got some good quarterbacks in the Pac-12, and I'm not talking about Shador.
Yeah, they do.
Caleb Williams now. Michael Penix, this kid Cam Ward is good, and the young quarterback at UCLA, Dante Moore.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of him. Yeah, he's decent. Yeah. So, I saw a little bit of him.
A lot of good young quarterbacks coming up in the Pac-12. But this weekend, you listen. As far as we'll talk later on this week and do our picks and stuff. But I think this is. I want to talk about the Bengals right quick because they just played last night. They don't look like themselves, even though they got that win last night. I wouldn't be risking that quarterback with that calf like that.
And that offensive line. Oh my God. It's just a matter of time, man. Just a matter of time.
I feel like the Bengals, put it like this, the Browns are better than the Bengals.
Yeah, Browns look good Sunday, man. They dominated that game at home. Well, I mean, they should have beat Pittsburgh. But like we talked about last week, Deshaun Watson pretty much lost that game himself. But, I mean, hey, they bounced back this week at home. They did what they were supposed to do.
I think he was something like 28 to 33 this weekend. No interceptions. He had his best game as a Cleveland Brown. Now, when I say that, I'll say this. Tennessee Titans also have the worst pass defense in the league. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm not taking that away from Watson because you got to play the competition. They got the matchup with Baltimore this weekend. Number opened up 1.5. It's already pushed up to 2.5. I'm going to go with Baltimore, Blaze, because Baltimore has a better quarterback.
Yeah, but they're banged up. I also think Cleveland has the better defense.
I agree. Myles Garrett is playing at an elite level. Like
the whole defense is playing good. You
can't run the ball on them. You can't throw the ball on them. But they really
Baltimore's so banged up. Baltimore's so banged up. They're so banged up, man. Why? Like, man, Humphreys. Man, look, they got a laundry list of people that's up. Like I said, I know Humphrey. Did Odell play this week, or was he hurt?
Odell was hurt.
That's what I'm saying. They got, man, They got a lot of injuries going on. So like I said, we'll see. And they're not going to show Cleveland anything different than what they've shown them in the past. So both these teams know each other well. I like Cleveland in this game.
It's interesting. All right, well, we'll definitely come back, get to the picks on Thursdays, getting close to go time. So we'll get ready to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody, thanks for all your support. Continue to hit that subscribe button. Continue to like the program. You know what I'm saying? We did over 300 last week, so keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right here with you.
They love us, bro.
No doubt, son. Your new favorite show. For my man Double R, it's Corey Parson. We out.